wrestling, the arm drag is a very fundamental technique used to get advantage of somebody's leverage and get to a good position. We use this for, specifically our law enforcement students use this as like a daily tool they have to use to get into good position. We like to teach this technique because it's really important if you need to get past somebody, like if somebody's blocking a doorway, blocking your exit, you've got to, get past them.
Now let's pretend like he's blocking a doorway and I need to get out, but there's a big old scary man here. I just got out.
What if we're like trapped in a room and there's no exit like that? Maybe I'm blocking the door for real and I've got you cornered and you need to get control of the position.
And then the other one can be like assisting, like arresting a person.
Yes, like arresting. So what I do is I call it the same side arm, although it's really my left and his right. Grab the wrist, and I'm gonna reach across and grab right above the elbow. And then I'm just gonna act like I'm throwing a frisbee. We kind of meet halfway. He comes to me a little bit, and I go towards him. And I keep this grip the whole time. And then I'm to his back. I cover it, slide down to his wrist, that helps me find it. Sink this in tight and hide my head by his shoulder. So I'm protected from punches and from a headbutt, and I have control of him. He can't get away. One more time. Wrist control. Grab behind the elbow. Rotate to the back. Cover, slide down, pin it in.
One of the reasons we focus on this for law enforcement is because their training that they go through kind of handles them for two extremes. One person, it's like they're trained for sure on what to do if somebody is verbally compliant and following their commands, and then they're trained on what to do if somebody's completely resistant. They're fighting back, and they have to up the level of force that they're using. Well, what if the person that they're trying to get control of doesn't decide to resist until the officer grabs a hold of them? They might be standing there trying to explain themselves, hey, listen, I wasn't speeding, or, oh, you're going to do, okay,
You
so
did it to me.
I'll be the police officer.
Yeah.
She doesn't decide to resist until I grab a hold of her. I don't want to go straight for my taser. I want to get control and say, hey, listen, lady, it's going to be all right. Just follow me, right? I can get control without having to use violence, just getting into a dominant position. Also, once I'm here, man, I have such a good anchor catching the bicep and the wrist and then dropping my shoulder to kind of match that same line of connection. So I've got a lasso almost around their hips. So if she tries to run her hips away, I'm connected, right? If she tries to walk away, I can scoop that foot up. Right? Very easy to take the fight to the ground when they're hopping on one leg and you've got 2 feet, right? So it's all about getting to that good position. Once I get there, I can decide that I can turn my back towards my exit, push them off of me, and improve my position, get out of there.
Or like arresting.
Try some on me. It actually helps that I give up a resistance. If I stand still and she takes my arm, kind of goofs the thing up, right? But it's going to be natural instinct. When you grab somebody, their reflex is going to be to pull everything back in and resist it. Now there's many options she could use to take me to the ground.
Yeah, we like this one when he tries to run because he'd face plant. I can block the back of his ankle, kind of like I'm kicking it, and then I just pull back and sink his bottom to the ground. Okay, let's get you back up. Or same thing, I can kick out the back of the knee as I push his bottom towards the ground, and then I'm here where I can get a rear naked choke on his neck. We'll talk about rear naked chokes really quickly. Look, I get one of my arms around his neck. I don't want it out here, my elbow, because he has all this breathing space. I want my elbow as much lined up with his chin as possible. Then I can hide my bicep and cover it. Make sure you're not extending your arm because then they can grab your arm. And then I come here. Lots of people teach to grab the head. We don't like that because your hand is exposed. They can grab fingers, stuff like that. So I reach through and I grab my other arm. And then I'm just gonna suck in, tuck my head, and lean back until it's choking him. So on the other side, line up my elbow with his chin. Cover my bicep, grab my other arm. I bring my head in close and then hang back and he's tapping. If he's broad and I can't like reach my own arm, I do a short choke. The blade side arm is still across his neck. I gable grip, no thumbs, palm to palm. I use a lever. This elbow will go into his back and this one sucks in and tries to turn the corner. You can stop recording.